Hello, so what if you actually want to make and this style of Roblox Studio builds? For example, you have a commission or something like this, and you really want to do it. So in this video, I will show you exactly that. So without any further ado, we'll get right into it. Alright, so here we are in Blender, and also as you can see on our left we have the document. What you might not know is actually this is a commission. I mean, I'm not just teaching you some very random stuff. This exact thing is basically what I'm commissioned to do, right? First of all, since I didn't really want to make this video like super long, I already made the model for this fridge and this island, right? Those are the models, and as you can see, they don't really have to be very detailed. And what I mean by that is actually when you look at the topology, yeah, it's very simple. I mean, that's what most of the people that will maybe commission you, they are looking for this, for a very simple model. Maybe even some stuff could be simplified, but yeah, that's the minimum that I'm aiming for. Right, so now that I already did those two, I will go and do the rest. So as you can see, first I make myself familiar with the entire thing, so I have to make 6 assets. And yeah, those are so it's this one, then this like shelf on top, oven, and here there's one asset and here there are two, because you know, like I can like separate them into parts so that it will be easier to implement in Roblox Studio later on. Right, so basically, first of all, what I think I will do is actually leave the oven for the last and begin with those 3 on the right. So what I do is, first of all, I have to establish the size. So I think for the regular one, the size, yeah, could be approximately something like this. So then I have to extrude it, and the thing here is that, as I said before, there really shouldn't be many details. And what I mean by that is that, like, that's the base shape, then I have to also add, I will actually scale it. So then, now that I have the base shape, I actually have to, well, first of all, I will make those flat, because as you can see on the image, they have to like fit, like line up with one another, so that really helps. And yeah, now that I have the base shape, I actually know that I have to make 2 items with the same shape but different, or basically a different amount of shelves, right? So what I want to do is actually first I add this little detail here at the bottom. Here you can see that. So I will use the grid modeler. I actually used it in a video before that, but yeah, I think now there's also a nice way to use it. It's a paid add-on, but I really recommend it. So I copy that. Now I can also copy that once again and scale it to approximately half the size on the y-axis. Yeah, that should work actually pretty perfectly. Alright, so now that I have it, I actually design the details, why they don't have to be very detailed, but you know, it isn't like I just leave it at that, right? So for the first shelf, something like this, and then I will add a bit of detail maybe there. Then the second one, it will be something along the lines of that's the first shelf, and that would be the second one. So yeah, I mean, this process is actually quite time consuming, but yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. And yeah, even though it's time consuming, it is pretty simple. You know, it's not anything complicated, and yeah, especially that it's a real commission, as I said. So I will now extrude it outwards, kind of like this. Yeah, alright, pretty good. So now that I have this, I will actually add the little small details. Alright, so that should be about it for all the details to those shelves. Yet, as you can see, they have like very little topology, but that will do. So now that I have it, I will proceed with the oven. So what I can do is actually I can copy this. I can basically delete the entire thing there. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Yeah, that might be a bit of a problem, but nothing we can fix. All right. So now that I have that under control, I actually make the oven itself. So I'm like, you know, I'm still looking at the reference and everything. That's very important, because actually in this kind of job there are some misunderstandings. You know, you do something and then the commissioner tells you that it isn't what he wants, and yeah, that can be a mess at times. So a very important thing is to look at reference and make sure that you're doing the correct thing, right? Because that's what you want to do. You don't want to waste time on something that the commissioner won't use either way. Okay, so that isn't really perfect, but the base shape would work. So now I go there and add the top one. Yeah, alright, so now I add the little beam here, and yeah, as you can see, like me doing it, it's very simple. I mean, that's the magic of this style, right? I really like it because, like, if you look at some games, there are actually, you know, a lot of games made with this style, so it isn't like a dead style or anything, and yeah, it looks quite good, and I really like to do it. Alright, so I will just move that one, and yeah, now I will do a time lapse of adding all those details. So see you in a bit. Alright, so it isn't ideal, but it will get the job done, you know, it's really not a big deal. Right, so it looks kind of cool. So now that this is done, oh, actually I will add this, I don't really know how to call this, but a little, not a blanket, but like this fabric that is here. That might be a good idea, might not. As I said, those commissions are all about, you know, experimenting with what works and what doesn't, because, you know, that's the job, right? You do that so the commissioner won't have to, even if he knows, you know, Blender and everything. That's just that saves quite some time. Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. Alright, so actually, what I'm going to do this is just scale it, and yeah, right. Okay, so now we actually are pretty much, you know, 80% done, because what we need to do is those shelves. Yeah, so we have to do them now, and you know, it's like better not to waste any time. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make them good but also fast, right? Because we do not really want to spend ages on all of that stuff. Right, so the important thing actually that, well, I have, like, you know, discussed with my commissioner is that if he doesn't tell me to do something, I just don't do it. So in this example, he didn't tell me to do the inside, so basically the shelf can open, so I won't make it, you know, so they can open, because actually if they don't need to open, then that saves quite a lot of topology and everything. So yeah, so that's actually one thing that I discussed with my commissioner. Alright, so something like this, but then what I will do is just like make a tiny separation, right, like this. Yeah, alright, that should work just about fine, though what I can actually add here is a little, kinda, as I said, no details. We do not want to add that many details in this style, so kinda like this actually is quite perfect for what we're going for. Maybe you can scale it up, a bit on the z-axis, but that is pretty much perfect. So now that we have it all, the next phase is to prepare them to be exported. So that's a very important step, and you just do not want to export them as they are right now. So what you need to do is, so actually I will close the the one the window on the left, right, will stay with just Blender, so I will just zoom it right out of the view. Yeah, I really hope that works, because actually I'm not really sure, I'm recording this in OBS, and yeah, I have just not used it often enough. Alright, so now that we have it, first thing first is that I do what I do for everything, so I mesh normal, recalculate outside. Then what I do is, and actually this is very much optional, but I just triangulate the faces and then turn all the triangles that don't need to be there back to squares, right? So that's kind of how it looks. You see how here it basically needed to transform those into triangles. It also makes some mistakes, but I just think that now it looks quite a bit better, alright, for the topology. Right, so now that I have it, I actually need to group the objects based on their color. Right, so here I have the red separated. I have actually what I need to do is I need to separate this. I can join this. Now this also needs to be separated, and that is already perfect. Alright, so here I can separate those because they will be a different color and different material, so I can separate this. I can actually join those because separating those doesn't really make any sense. So join those two. And now what else I will do is I will separate those four. I'm not really sure what I will do with them, but for now I am just separating them I'm not really sure what I will do with them. Alright, so here I think I will actually separate those two. I'm not sure. I will give them like a bit more darker color, and here everything is pretty much I will separate it here and separate it here. Alright, so now that it's all pretty much done, I will just export it into Roblox Studio. So how I do that is actually quite simple, right? I don't need any coloring, I don't need anything. So first I apply the scale, because why not, and it always kind of fixes some mistakes. It also sometimes makes them, but generally applying the scale makes it better. Right, so I now export it as an FBX. Alright, so now that we're in Roblox Studio, I will import them, and actually I see here that something might go wrong. So I have predicted that it might go wrong, and I'm not really sure why, but basically what's going on is that here it kind of looks weird. This one, it looks weird, but actually there is quite an easy fix. So I will ungroup it, and now what I'm just going to do here is actually scale it on the axis so they don't really look as weird. So I will, first of all, I will actually go here, edit pivot and reset so that the scaling works properly. And yeah, I will just reset them here, move it a bit up and scale it on, yeah, here and here. Alright, that one works perfectly. And now this one. Yeah, so actually, as I said, I have no idea why it did that, but sometimes you just, you just like can't have perfect, right? I don't know why. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to color those using a very simple method. So basically what we can see is that the right one is made with wood. So what I will do is I will just change the material to wood. I will make it just that, yeah, kinda like this. I will then turn it to wood, make it darker. Then I will turn this to, well, it's not really metal, it's not really marble either. It's like a very strange material actually. So what I will do is I will change it, yeah, maybe to like plaster, something like this. It doesn't like really have to match, the name, right? So it's, if it looks good, then it is good. So now another example is the fridge, right? So the fridge is, well, it's metal, right? It's metallic. So I never really, if I have to be honest with you, I never really liked the metallic material. See, like it's just like so shiny and so strange, like, so but I have to do it, right? That's what I just have to do. So I have this and this and this will be also metal, but it will be kinda like a bit of a different metal. Yeah, like this. Alright, so now basically those, and also I have to make those like wooden, right? Also the normals are strange, so I will make it double-sided, right? So now I have to add wood to those. Yeah, they are now wooden and they are now extra wooden. So that's great. Yeah. So now that you know how to make those two kinds of materials, I will just do the rest of them in time lapse, and yeah, see you soon, hopefully. That's what I have right now, and yeah, that would be actually about the entire thing. As you can see, it looks quite good. It looks like the style that I was going for, so yeah, that would be about it. If you have anything you want to share, or maybe any idea of what I can do next, then go ahead into the comment section, and yeah, I will make sure to do the style that you want to. Alright, so thank you so much for watching and see you in the next